So I came here to this hackathon to do that like very nice UI interface for Multisig, where you put your signing private public addresses, right, and it deploys the contract on a network for you. And so I'm like, yeah, so like look for some Multisig on the GitHub and in the community, and then I found some, and then I tried to deploy it on local environment, and then 2 hours, and nothing happened. I was still struggling. So I'm like, okay, maybe another multisig. So I was found another multisig, and then that looked a bit better, yeah. 4 hours in, I was able to deploy and make transaction successfully. So I was like, is there a way to make it easier, like for developers first, before we move to UI for the users? So that's the library the smart contract I was using, and they are compiling, building messages with Fifth for everything. And I'm like, maybe if I wrap it in JavaScript, the experience would be a little better. Another problem with this contract is that you have to have all signatures to sign one message, and then you submit that message as transaction. So you have to somehow synchronize between people who want to sign message. So that's up to you how you do that. So my project solves that. I created basically wrapper about that original source code, which is here, and I added some JavaScript source. I included some Fifth binaries, and I have some data there. It's published. It's open for pull requests. I think they are needed. So how to use it actually? So I said there are two components. There are kind of backend server which holds the signed messages for you before they are submitted to network, and then there are signers clients. So I have 3 instances here, just the same code copied to 3 different places. So first, what I need to do is to generate a private key keeper for each user. So npm run, and its client generate key, and I specify where I want to generate that. Okay, that works. Then on the server side, I want to add this key. So again, I have data, and I have keys pub. So I just copy this just generated key. So in a real scenario, the signer would send that key over, whichever channel. And then I have another signer, and I want to create a key for him as well. So I just copy exactly same code that can be running on different machine. I have another keeper. Again, that another person sends it to here, and we can store. So now our server knows about the keys and how many there are. So I can run npm run on the server multisig create, and I have 2 keys, and my threshold will be, in this case, 2 keys as well. Multisig. Okay, so that's not deployed yet. I copy the address of the contract. and send some tone there. Now I can npm run multisig deploy. Is the tone network slow or what did I do wrong?
Just wait a bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Это не все ошибки? Частичная ошибка, но из-за того, что спросил.
Yeah, the rule number one, I would never do live demos. Well, I can try again.
Let's try to copy non-bounceable address.
Non-bounce.
Yeah, like
No, that doesn't work.
last zero.
You lost one.
Yeah.
That
That might be. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening. So the idea, you deploy this contract, and then from the client, you initialize transaction. So that would be something like here. You specify to which address you want to send transaction. And then you have to pass your public address as well, and your path to your private key. So that would normally work. Right now it doesn't work, and you would run the same code on another client, and what the server start server. So servers is listening for these incoming messages and synchronizing that one transaction which is being signed by all signers. And once it's finally signed by threshold, it can submit the transaction to the network. And I think that's that all. Unfortunately, didn't work.
Thank you. Just a few questions.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So I was actually looking at Multisigs a few days ago, the ton. Now, this one's a few years old. Are you familiar with this D-null? It's Dennis Olshan smart contract.
I think that's the one I was trying and I couldn't get it running.
Yeah. I mean, this is what I was looking at. But the point being is, you know, this is basically the underlying thing of an on-chain DAO. Basically.
Yeah.
Right. An on-chain DAO is a multi-sig wallet, with a good UI. Are you familiar with xDAO.app?
No.
Open that
Probably
sometime, right? Have a look at xDAO.app, and basically they let you deploy a DAO as service, right? You really need that sort of thing, DAO as service, like a DAO deployer for TON networks, so projects can start deploying DAOs. You need that, right? But this is the sort of thing that you use as the base, so it's like, multiple signatures, but you just need a good user interface, and then it just becomes an on-chain DAO. This smart contract is the owner of other smart contracts. If you're interacting with them, you all have to sign. There's funds held in that. Well, it's a multisig. And then you have this concept of GT tokens, which will be a Jeton token, a governance token. If you hold that, then you can vote into the multisig. There's a lot you can do with this, right? It starts at this, but then once you put on a good user interface to it, it's more than just a multisig. This is basically on-chain DAO.
Sure. So there's like first kick to basically to make it as easy as possible with the current code to deploy that. But there is much more work to be done on multisig overall and DAOs and other things.
But like I said, every project will need a DAO. Well, in my opinion, I'm a decentralized guy. Every project needs a DAO, right? So, having that easy interface for, just to deploy a DAO, and basically the underlying will be something like that. That's why I was looking at this code, to actually build something like that. And then I'm kind of seeing this, so it's interesting, but you should kind of keep that in mind. Look at xDAO.app and see what they've done with their UI, how they're doing things, see their underlying smart contracts, and see if you can adapt this to what they're doing, and then that's something that I feel that the TON ecosystem actually needs. So,
Thanks for feedback.
yeah.
Any other questions? Anyone struggling with multisig? I think my time is up.
Yeah, that's awesome project.
Thanks.